Welcome to Great Kids Up Close. This is our 9th episode of the season. We've been non-stop on the go, capturing the action. I'm Bassin, Sall.
And I'm Marquart Doty from the City Schools Student Media Team. Thanks for joining us. We're excited to share with you the latest from City Schools.
From helping in the community to being inspired by our students, on Great Kids Up Close, you'll see the real stories of what's happening across Baltimore City Public Schools. We have an amazing show lined up for you today.
Today, we'll check out students at Baltimore Polytechnic Institute who have been advocating for the ban of Styrofoam in our schools. Then, we'll head over to Baltimore City College to see their writing center live and in full effect. Next, we'll take a look at the Bilingual program at Lakeland Elementary Middle School.
But that's not all. We have not one, not two, but 3 National History Day projects to show you guys.
I can't wait. Let's get to it. First stop, let's head over to City Hall, where students are rallying to ban Styrofoam in city schools. Jacqueline Hammett is on the report.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline Hammett here in City Hall, where over 200 students have turned out to support the ban of Styrofoam in Baltimore.
We're today to fight against Styrofoam, which is a terrible product. It's a product that, when used with food and stuff like that, could cause carcinogens, and you eating that is definitely not a good thing.
Polystyrene is the chemical found in Styrofoam, which contains the toxins styrene and benzene. Hot foods or liquids can break down these particles in the Styrofoam, causing them to be absorbed into our bloodstream. City schools banned Styrofoam in January 2018, and now Baltimore City Council is considering the ban.
It's a really toxic substance for our environment and for us. When it's incinerated downtown, it releases chemicals into the air that create harmful air pollution, and we just want it out of our city to keep our waterways and our air and everything cleaner.
For over 2 years, Baltimore Beyond Plastic, a student advocacy group, has been dedicated to helping educate youth in Baltimore on environmental issues. They are leading the charge in the ban for Styrofoam in Baltimore City.
Baltimore has one of the worst air pollution mortality rates in the entire country.
The debate really heats up when looking at the impact of costs on businesses, as business owners fear the increased price of alternative packaging may cost them their business. But is the risk of keeping Styrofoam too great?
Yeah, so the major argument against this bill is that it would cost more for small businesses, but what we've seen is through bulk purchasing agreements and also hardship waivers in other cities as well as in Baltimore City, it wouldn't have that much of an impact for small businesses. The economic impact really is negligible.
We should ban Styrofoam because it is not a natural product, so it has to be manufactured with chemicals in it. When it gets wet, Styrofoam releases those chemicals. Doing so contaminates the liquid touching it.
So after a couple hours of testimonies, the City Council has had time to hear from both sides of the argument and will be making a decision in the upcoming weeks. Please help ban the foam and talk to your local representatives. Only we can get this bill passed. This has been Jacqueline Hammett for the City Schools Student Media Team. See you next time.
Shout out to those young leaders fighting to improve our environment.
Yes, that's so great to see.
Absolutely. Now let's head over to City College, where students from around the city are participating in their writing center.
Hey, it's Jasmine LaPrade reporting about a recent event where scholars were put in the driver's seat and showing students and teachers from around Baltimore City Public Schools on how to open a writing center and giving you the roadmap to get there. The Writing Center at Baltimore City College is an important resource for students where they can get the chance to be tutored by one of their peers. At the conference, students from City College went through logistics, what makes a great tutor, how to conduct a tutor session, and why is it so beneficial to students.
What makes a good tutor? A person that's actually interested in you and your assignment, not somebody that's on your phone.
You need to have integrity, you need to know your stuff.
Because it gave us a really hands-on feel of what it's like here in the Writing Center.
We have a lot of kids back at school who want to learn how to do it and want to be a part of it, and then also how to be encouraging and kind of making your client a priority.
Students and teachers attending the conference were asked to think through how they would add a writing center to their school and how they would see it being beneficial to the school.
It teaches students how to be independent, how to do what they have to do without the help of an adult.
I feel like after school sessions would work best. You're kind of leaving your school day behind, so you don't have to worry about oh, my next class, I have a science test.
The way you communicate with your teachers and the students differs based on what school you go to and how you think having a writing center will best incorporate into your school.
Underneath all the help given to run your own writing center, it's the benefits to the students and their academic success. That is what everyone is working towards.
they're not just classmates or students to other people. They actually feel like they're family.
It's about really helping them and helping them better themselves in life.
We build leadership skills. Anybody can do this, any public school can do this, and we really just want everybody to have like a writing center to help students to improve their writing.
Working together to become leaders and striving for academic success. A beautiful combination, all made possible from having a writing center. So consider starting one at your school. This has been Jasmine LaPrade for the City School Student Media Team. See you next time.
A writing center seems like such a great idea.
Most definitely. Hopefully, City has encouraged other schools to form their own writing centers in the near future.
Yes, peer-to-peer tutoring intended to improve literature is pretty cool.
Speaking of improving literature, did you know that Lakeland Elementary Middle School has a bilingual program?
Really?
Yes. Students are able to learn in their native language as well as learning English. It's really cool. Let's check it out.
The dual language program here at Lakeland starts in kindergarten, and basically those students come from our dual language feeder classroom in pre-K with Miss Lips, and it's all the families that are interested in enrolling their kids in a dual language program where the kids are learning in kindergarten the majority of the time in Spanish, so it follows an 80-20 model, so it's 80% in Spanish, 20% in English. And the goal is for them to be 100% bilingual and biliterate by the time that they're in 5th grade.
So I think it's a great opportunity for our students to learn to master reading, writing, math, science in their native tongue, and then they'll be able to translate those skills into English. We're currently working on a unit, working on number bonds. In Spanish, it's enlace numérico. It's basically decompositions and compositions of numbers. Today we're working up to the number 7, breaking it apart into a number bond, and then actually creating a sentence, so an addition sentence.
Muy bien, y 5 jirafas y 2 elefantes. Y amigos, ¿cuál es el total?
To read and write and speak in Spanish is learning those initial letter sounds, and the movements we do also to kind of help their brain connect the two, like oso, the O, and they do the O shape.
Awesome opportunity, especially for the English language learners, to one, understand that there is value in their native language, that it isn't something that they need to erase or forget about. So one, it teaches them the value of their culture, of their language. And for the students that are English speakers, it's adding value to their life because they're learning a second language. They're becoming bilingual. It's preparing them for the future.
Koala, koala.
I feel that, maybe if I speak like their families too, it makes them feel maybe a little more comforted and happy. I rarely ever have a student that cries coming to school. I think that they generally enjoy it and that we have a great time at school together as a family.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
That's amazing. That program is going to be so beneficial for those young scholars.
For sure. It makes me consider learning a foreign language.
I don't see why not. Go for it. We have to take a short commercial break, but we'll be right back after these messages.
Work is underway on modernizing school buildings, like here at Fort Worthington Elementary Middle School.
The type of school buildings we deserve.
Our new schools will provide community-friendly spaces and be better for our environment. They will allow for innovative technology and 21st century teaching and learning.
The 21st Century School Buildings program is positively affecting my education and my city.
That's right. Learn more about this major commitment from the state, City of Baltimore, and city schools by visiting baltimore21stcenturyschools.org. Building a brighter future together.
Everyone has a role to play when it comes to making sure each student is in school every day. By working together, the entire school community can create a school climate that makes school a place where students want to be, and a place where teaching and learning can thrive. Schools where students and families feel welcomed, supported, and respected reinforce a culture of high attendance expectations and are exciting places to be. So do your part in making sure that all of our students are in school every day, ready to learn.
I'm a first-generation college student, so there wasn't much help from from home with the process. Like, they encouraged me, but they didn't really know how to go about the process. So I worked here in North Avenue last year as Student Congress President, and I received a mentor, Dr. Jessup, who works here, and she helped me with the college process, her and her husband. If I didn't have her, then it would have been way harder than what it was.
I really wanted to take care of my family a lot. I knew that I could be the one to sort of make my family proud, make the city proud. And so when I'm studying late at night, I just remember that my family is dependent on me. And so it means a lot to me that if I can just make that dream come true.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I am a Baltimore City Public School student.
I'm Lara Goma, Baltimore City Public School.
maa ngi dëkk ci Baltimore City bi.
Salut, je suis une élève de Baltimore City Public School.
Soy estudiante de Baltimore City Public Schools. أنا طالب في مدارس بالتيمور الحكومية.
We are Baltimore City Public School students.
And we celebrate diversity
every day.
Hey, welcome back to Great Kids Up Close Season 7, Episode 9.
Okay, so let's keep the show moving. It's time to take a look at some National History Day projects.
Let's get to it. First, we'll visit Madison at Hamilton Elementary Middle School. Her project is about the history of women in the newsroom and how women have fought to break barriers in the media.
It's so insightful. Take it away, Madison.
Hi guys, my name is Madison Drummond and I'm from Hamilton Elementary Middle School. This is my project, Changing the Newsweek Newsroom. It is about women in Newsweek and how they were treated unfairly. So first I chose women in the suffragette movement, but my teacher, she was saying that it was too broad of a topic. So then I changed from that to women in news. So when I went to research, I found Eleanor Holmes Norton was in this. Well, she is a congresswoman in DC, and this is her right here. And I had an interview with her, so that was pretty cool. She was the lawyer who helped file the lawsuit against Newsweek. The lawsuit was that men in Newsweek were not fair to women. They weren't giving them the same pay, the same jobs, and they didn't give them good maternity leave, so that was all included in their lawsuit. And after that, they ended up filing a second lawsuit because all the things that the men had promised, none of that happened. It made me a little mad because, like, why were women treated so unfair? Like, what did they do to have this all happen to them? After the second court case, those things started to change, and till today, some things have not changed till today. Like, still women's pay aren't equal. Women sometimes don't get the same jobs as men. These are all the women, there are 64 women that helped file this first lawsuit. This is the editor-in-chief he was the editor-in-chief at the time of Newsweek. Well, at this time, after these lawsuits were filed, he was one of the first men to change and say, oh, we should give women these jobs. We should change. Well, this is a picture of Gail Gardner. She is one of the women that were affected by this because now she was one of the first women on ESPN, and without this case, she would not be able to. I personally want to be a lawyer now because I just realized that just being a lawyer is more than just going to court and doing this. You're helping change other people's lives. Well, they just said changing, and then I was like, that's me. And then I just got up and I was just so surprised. Well, I feel like I'm representing myself and I'm representing my school because I was the only person in my school to actually place. So I'm just proud of myself. It was a lot of work because after city, I was just like, and then it's like state now. So you have to keep researching, and we have to do more and more research, add more stuff. So it's not just like one-time thing, put it away. You have to keep working on it.
What a powerful project. Great job, Madison.
Absolutely. Women have come such a long way when it comes to media.
Indeed. Now our next History Day project deals with the Great Migration.
What's that?
The Great Migration is when a bunch of African Americans moved from the South to the North for better. Well, how about we let Nadia explain it? Let's head out to Mount Royal Elementary Middle School.
My name is Nadia and I go to Mount Royal Elementary Middle, and my NHD project is on the Great Migration. The Great Migration was a significant move of blacks from the South moving up to the North for opportunities, freedoms, and rights. I chose a website because it displays my project more, it displays my project better than a exhibit board, because it's easy to click on the buttons and just type and just add pictures from websites instead of copying paper and adding it to the exhibit board. So one of the causes of the Great Migration was World War I. While whites were going to fight in the war, blacks found some jobs that were available for them. Like, they had to work in factories, women worked in factories, and black men also had chance to work in factories also. Okay, so the Red Summer was taking place in the North, and in the North it wasn't as equal. It was equal, but it was kind of not as equal, and some whites had problems with blacks moving into neighborhoods. There were starting to be riots about blacks moving in, and other things about how whites wants to be segregated up north. And in the Harlem Renaissance, it took place in New York, where blacks created their own music, poetry, art, and other entertainments. So there was one area called the Cotton Club where they would perform their talent. The one thing that was shocking was the Grandfather Clause. The Grandfather Clause talks about how they would make rules up for voting laws, so to prevent blacks from voting, because blacks really didn't have schools to go to and read, so they would make laws like you have to be able to pass this test, or like read something to pass, and they didn't know how to read back then, so that's why it was kind of unfair for them. I was just so happy because I didn't think I would win at first, because I didn't know. It was like my first time competing, and so I was kind of nervous. I was about to cry, but it's just so hard to explain, because I've been kind of through a lot with this project.
Okay, now I get it. The Great Migration was such a monumental moment in Black history.
Yeah, great job, Nadia. Keep up the good work.
Okay, now let's check out students at Francis Scott Key Elementary and Middle School.
This National History Day project is actually a play. Students channel their inner Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X.
Sounds interesting. Let's take a deeper look. Take it away, guys.
No, I'm not an American. I'm one of the 22 million black people who are victims of Americanism. One of the 22 million black people who are victims of democracy.
We all wanted to do a play. We knew that. We love the theater. But we decided to do the story of Malcolm X and Dr. King, their interactions, because we knew it was a very broad topic in history. A lot of people know about them, but a lot of people don't know about how they met and how they interacted.
Well, I would follow Dr. King basically, because that's basically what Malcolm X and Dr. King, that's what they both wanted. Well, Malcolm X wanted everyone else to go follow Dr. King, so I would as well, and not fight with violence.
To join with you today, we will go down in history as the greatest demonstration.
Well, from my perspective, I believe that you should always be peace, because if violence is not going to go anywhere, and peace might actually make things equal and good.
They both had the same goals, but we learned that they have their own point of view. Malcolm X, very militant, wanted to really stand up, not let them get to us.
Get all their primary sources, secondary sources, props, their annotated bibliographies, and their process paper, which tells you how the project was made.
I want Dr. King to know that I didn't come down to Selma to make his job more difficult. I came down thinking I could make it easier.
You know, when Malcolm X came down to Selma, he said some pretty passionate things this year, and that surprised me.
After all, Selma's my territory.
By doing this play, it inspired me by becoming an actor when I grow up and trying to do more acting stuff.
I've been acting since like 7. I've been going to Peabody.
They rarely do plays in the NHD. We were thinking, oh, we could be different and we could actually wow the judges with a play.
Yes, they respected each other. And yes, they thought that each other's methods would not work at all. But in the end, we see that it took the best of both worlds to overcome this rocky road in history.
I'm Tom Marquart.
I'm Caleb Scott.
I'm Miguel Davidson.
I'm Adam Shutsky. Thank you.
Nice. That's one of the most unique NHD projects I've seen.
Yeah, I absolutely love that they've decided to do a play. Those students definitely have a big future in acting.
Yes, they'll be on the big screen and selling out theaters. All right, y'all know what time it is. It's time for the
Question of the show. Okay, so earlier in the show, we saw students advocating to ban a particular material in city schools. Which material was it? Was it A, plastic, B, metal, C, styrofoam, or D, cardboard? The correct answer is coming up right after these messages.
Stay tuned.
These are our future: engineers and electricians,
software designers and doctors,
construction workers and childcare providers.
They will build apps and houses, create menus and video games,
work with cutting-edge technology and kids.
They'll be found in classrooms and courtrooms, construction sites, and computer labs.
They are Baltimore City Public School students. They are career and technology education.
Modernizing school buildings for Baltimore City students has begun, like right here at Arundel Elementary School.
Amazing new spaces to learn in.
Yes, through this program, schools and communities are being brought together in a brand new way.
And I'm so proud to be part of this effort.
That's right. Construction jobs are open and internships are available. Discover more about the program at www.baltimore21stcenturyschools.org.
Building a brighter future together.
College life so far, how you expect it? I mean, it's not the glamour that you see on television and everything. I mean, it's a lot of work, especially transitioning from being a high school student to a college student, because you have like a lot of free time, so you have to learn how to balance that, like who your professor is and how to study, how to make sure you're on your best for each and every class. So it's like really having to have self-control over yourself to say, I want to do my best.
So I'm in Baltimore City. I graduated from Baltimore City College in class of 2013. Now I'm at UMBC and I am working on a biology degree. I'm graduating this May, and hopefully I'll get into Johns Hopkins or University of Maryland Medical School. I can be a doctor.
A lot of exciting things are happening each and every day in Baltimore City Public Schools. Our students are learning, excelling, growing, and achieving as they prepare for college and careers. You can see our students in action and the work they're producing right here on Education Channel 77 and online. If you'd like to watch more stories on the exciting things our students are doing in Baltimore City Public Schools, please visit www.vimeo.com/cityschools.
Welcome back. Now it's time for the answer to the question of the show. Early in the show, we saw students advocating to ban a particular material in city schools. Which material was it? Was it A, plastic, B, metal, C, styrofoam, or D, cardboard?
The correct answer is C, styrofoam. Big shout out to the students in Baltimore Beyond Plastic at Poly. Thanks so much for highlighting the harm and damage that styrofoam causes in our environment.
Yes, thank you for all your hard work and dedication to making Baltimore a better place. Keep up the great work.
All right, last but not least, we'll head out to Morgan State University, where students participated in annual choral and band adjudication.
Now this is cool. Every year, students get to perform and showcase their talent. Professors and professional musicians have the opportunity to judge their performances and give them tips on how to improve. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of these performances.
City school students have so much talent.
For sure. And we'd like to send a big thank you to Morgan State for giving our students a platform to present their talent.
Certainly. Big shout out to them. Unfortunately, that brings us to the end of our show. Thank you for joining us and sharing the wonderful stories of our students. Be sure to watch Education Channel 77, and for more, head to vimeo.com/cityschool.
Or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We are everywhere. And if your school would like us to cover a story, email communications@bcps.k12.mg.us. I'm Bassin, Sall.
And I'm Marquart, Doty.
See you next time on Great Kids Up Close.